hello, and welcome. Today, I have the very big joy of talking to a good friend of mine, very good and important part of the support system I have in our coaching community, Jowanna Daly. And she's a passionate coach about life purpose, embodiment of future self. And I am just thrilled that you're here with us today, Jowanna. Thank you.
Thank you for having me today. I'm so thrilled to be here with you, Francesca. I'm just excited to talk to you. I feel like I'm talking to a friend, and that's what I do best. Thank you. I'm here for it.
Absolutely. Well, we met at Future Self Theory course, and it was an online course, so we never had the joy yet to meet in person, but we feel connected. We're a very good community. And I've noticed how inspired you were from the theory and how you just bloomed and decided to embody that and make it part of your service to others. So I would love for you to share with us a little bit, how did that come about? How from what we were learning became a mind shift, and an embodiment on spot for you?
Absolutely. So I think what it was the missing piece that I needed. I've always been a person that could do hard things when hard things happened. And where I think I have a video that talk about, like how, and I'm trying to think of the word grit without purpose is strain. And so, although I had purpose, I was just so used to brute forcing through things. And I think what Future Self did for me is to connect with who I am in the future. So it changed, it transformed my relationship with myself. I've never embodied who I was going to be. I just task oriented, and the task kept me going. So externally, I think that if someone knew me from high school, they would say that when she did stuff, she got it done. What Future Self did to me was give me that connection to my future, to who I want to be, and make that relationship. And it brought joy in the process.
Mm.
It brought reason for the angst that I felt, or like the whole point of being who I'm not yet explained the anxiety, explain the fumble, explain all this stuff, and also gave me happiness and growth immediately. So it's like I had this puzzle, and the missing piece was a relationship with myself, encouraging myself, telling myself who I want to be instead of what I want to do. And so it
Yes.
gave me that articulation. So, simply put, when Kim introduced the future self concept, it put me in touch, and it like settled what I've been working for the last 6, 7 years. Like when I left, then I was business coaching. But doing my IT project management, web design, business consultancy. But the way that I was serving was very stressful. And so future self really connected me, took me out of myself of who I am, and introduced who I want to be. So now it's a constant, every day I wake up a better me, because I'm not waiting to become something. I am that. And it's just been like beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, it was just the missing piece to the puzzle, that connection with myself.
That's so beautifully put. I love the idea of a puzzle. And I also can empathize with that feeling because something changed within me also throughout the course that we took. And Kim, our instructor, was really tremendously helpful mentor and encouraging us to think about what would the person that you want to be breathe, eat, dress, what would be like, what would be reading, what would be studying, what would be doing, and creating for ourselves the image of what we are called to be. Because I think ultimately that the missing piece that we realize it's not there. It's part of our soul not being completely, who needs to be, not completely to the fullest potential. And so when we think about our future self, when I first signed up for that course, I thought, what am I even doing? I don't believe in these things because I think God is in charge. He is in charge. However, the future he has in hold for us with him, time is not, you know, a linear horizontal thing. It's eternal, it's vertical. That's why we
Yes,
have the cross. It goes both ways for
yes,
us human. So we need to realize that in order to grow toward him or toward our personal fulfillment, right? We need to leave that space ready for that missing piece. And once we find it, it's such a joy to see it complete. Like, oh my gosh, this makes so
yes,
much sense. And I would add, it doesn't end there. I would say it's a white and black, not colored yet puzzle, in my opinion, where we need to embrace those two colors and put other colors in it and make it look lifelike. And that's what I would describe visually an embodiment. And that's what I saw in you. And when we were talking, throughout the course or taking other courses together, you're sharing with us all the things you're doing. So one of the ideas for me to converse with you and share the conversation with others is for you to um, describe to us some of the things that you saw happening that you found beneficial. Maybe you found a particular method or an approach that has helped you embody your future self.
yeah. And I would say that one thing that I know is that I'll always be chasing my future self because I'm not over until I'm over.
Yes.
And the way I see it is that my soul knows that what is connecting, trying to connect uh, with our human body that's limited, and that we get, I feel like wiser with experience and to move forward. So first thing is that it was great to see that my future self started. Like I was on a journey that gave me like words articulation transformation. The first thing I did was embody. Like I decided that when I was doing the course was the embodiment of a future self expert. Within that too, one of the things that I want to do is empower people. I can inspire you, but you know everything that you need, and just to have the faith, like you have that blueprint in you. We do come with blueprints. So, like for me, the first thing that I did is that whatever you want to do, just totally geek out on it. One of the things that I did with Future Self is like not only to get the concept, but then to get the, I did a deep research. Like I have a spreadsheet like that feeds my program, which each of the threads, what the skills you need, what you need to do. And there were several books that I read, about 4 books that had to do with it. And Be Your Future Self Now, I read like a Bible. So the chapters, the research, the depths of science behind it, and just going like for me, like science and God are not exclusive. I
Yes.
think to me, science explains it, make it tangible, make it like, because it is. And everything that Future Self is about faith and how important it is. And so, one of the things that I would say is belief in something in yourself, whatever you want it to be. There was a Netflix documentary about, and I would encourage everyone to watch that. It was about centurions, went to different places and to see what made people live long,
Yeah.
what made, like you'd see generations of where the daughter is 80, 90, the mother is over a century, like, and what makes them live long. Some of the findings is what we learned in Future Self: purpose, right? Of course, it, embodiment, how you eat and how you live, and happiness and faith was all in there. And so no matter what you believe in something, that belief gives you the purpose that you need. So the first thing I'd say, like embody whatever you're trying to become, throw yourself into it. The
Mhm.
next thing that I'll say as a tool is show up every day or Monday through Friday, whatever day it is. One of the things that I did was make in my schedule as part of my future self. I started that journey earlier this year with self care. But like I said, this future self work helped me embody it, not as a task, but who I am.
Mhm.
And I would say dedicate that time. So every day, Monday through Friday, and mostly on weekends too, I do a mindful start. So my first hour, I get mindfulness, yoga, journaling, planning, and movement. And prayer, I am more one, the way my brain works, I listen more than I speak. Like my prayers are very thank you. Every now and then it's distress, help. I don't have to, I feel God within me. So I don't need to say, like when I say something, it's for me to say out that. But I listen more than I talk. And that's why meditation is important to me. And
Mhm.
the way my brain works is that if I'm talking, I'm not listening. So, but every morning, so I showed up. I showed up half-assed sometimes, but I showed up. So I would say,
Yeah.
make an appointment and show up. When I started, like, when did we do this? May, I think.
We ended
Was
that in late
it
April,
May?
or beginning of May.
Ended in May. So from then, when I started doing on Flown, I do a all eyes on me where I share my screen and I have a dedicated period from 1 to 6. That's my work time. And at least 2 hours of that. That's all. Lately, I've been doing a lot more, but as long as I do 2 hours, I'm fine. And when I first showed up, I think the first thing that I did was made, I have in my diary all the forms that Kim had in the program. And then I have these beautiful fillable forms. And I didn't know where it was going. I was anxious because I was putting things aside. And there were some days that I'll show up and I didn't know the next step. And all I did was show up. So
Mhm.
I'd say that a tool is just show up, dedicate time, show up, and call it a win. Believe me, it will come to you if we don't have the negative noise in our head. And that is hard,
Yes.
but that is something that you have to work, practice it. You don't have to, but, and that's the thing that we think that we need to have belief and happiness and all that. No, you don't. Just show up and practice. That's all. A lot of people wait to settle their mind to like really truly believe in what they're doing. And I'm talking about the process. We believe what we believe, but the process is an enigma to us, right? Like when we're executing a goal, we don't realize that it takes our mind time to form things. And so it is confusing and overwhelming. Anytime we're doing something and taking that next step, it's confusion and overwhelming. If you show up though, then you get the next step. Then you get the next step. Like right now, I showed up and I was like, you know what? I don't know what else I'm doing, but I'm going to make these 100 videos on YouTube, explainer videos. I have the threats to future self, that series of the program, all laid out in my repository. I've made an AI with it. And then I was like, well, I'm going to do scripts. I'm going to do videos of this because that's the first thing I'm going to do. It's so good, introvert wise, to do that. I went from that to just going to put up videos to like sometimes looking at scripts to a video taken a week or so to once I did two in one day. And so now I'm like envision doing one a day. I didn't know what that looked like. So with your goals, stretch yourself and don't worry about it because wherever you land, you're in the future. So I failed so much at my future self and it did so much better than my present self. Like within what we call failures was where people were inspired,
Mhm.
people were, well, I want to do something like this, or I want to follow you. Are you doing anything yet? So in life, we learn from the beginning, we learn. When we first come out, we fail at crying and then we, and we cry. We stumble and then we walk. And
Yes.
somewhere we forget that with learning, failure is part of the process, or else you already knew. And then what happens is that what do we do when we see the baby take the first step and they stumble or they try to stand? They're like, oh my God, they're walking.
Yes.
So maybe in their mind, sometimes they may be frustrated because they can't stay up. They're not content in sitting up straight. They are going forward. And as they fail, they're learning. up, I stand. And we're
Yes.
excited for them. So I think a lot of people are afraid of the world of failure. And whatever works for you, works for you. Like, don't do anything that cause you get grief. But no, if we weren't failing, we wouldn't learn. Like, I didn't know anything about future self concept. I saw that I embodied some of the other stuff, but I did it with strain. And then I learned. So we got to where we got to without future self, right? We were already progressing. And that gave me something else. I'm not looking to be this finished version of myself. I'm looking for what's next. And I show up. So I get so excited, but I'll just finish to go like, throw yourself in it, show up, dedicate non negotiable time. And sometimes if you sit there and just stare at the screen, just show up and call it a win. And I'd say that since I've been doing this, when I was sick, I think I missed 1 or 2 days with this whole thing. And it didn't matter. Like, I know things are going to happen, but I show up. And if a day happens that I don't show up, maybe I did show up and took the go, like, well, okay, this is going on and I'm taking myself out of it. But guess what? My mind, like, even all those times, is still going. My body embodies, my soul, my brain embodies that dedicated time. So I'd say keep it simple, just show up. Get a time, know your goals, and stare in the space, stare wherever it's going to come together. With meditation, I was like, how am I going to do this? I show up. Sometimes my mind don't quiet, but now I find myself meditating 3 to 4 times a day. So figuring out the biggest tool is to show up, whether you
Mm.
show up fully into immersed or not, showing up is all you need to do. The rest will come.
Yes, I appreciate that very much because it's a great example of how it worked for you, but also how people could be inspired to at least give it a try. And I love the idea of showing up regardless. I read something, the title of it was Showing Up Broken. Yes, we're not perfect. We have life that gives us moments where things don't look all wonderful and we don't feel our best, but that doesn't change who we are at the core. And the future self, all it means, embodiment of the future self, is embodiment of who you really are at the core of it. And so you are that in all circumstances of your life. And it's
Absolutely.
it's beautiful to acknowledge that. And like you said, call it a win. You know,
Absolutely.
you are
Absolutely.
doing the best you can. So where could people find some of the videos you mentioned and some of the things about you?
Yes.
And
Yeah, so right now I'm posting explainer videos, 2 videos, and it's YouTube is at Romp Coaching, ROMPCOACHING. And those videos that you're seeing is like 2 minute explainer videos. Right now I'm dealing with the first threat to future self, which it's so powerful. And I'm just looking at the screen, and these are inspired by Be Your Future Self Now book by Hardy. Uh,
yes,
and so, without hope in your future, your present loses meaning. And so, that's the first one I'm dealing with. There will be 17 explainer videos. Right now, I have 11. I welcome you to watch, to give feedback, and then after that, I will be doing the explainer, like the 5 minute course videos that give you the tools that you need for those behind a paywall on YouTube. That would be the next 17. Then a threat one series, like workshop to deal with that. But at every step, you can start at my YouTube, because I know like every step of the way that I'm making it, it's made if you get enough from that part, if you're like a searcher like me, it gives you enough details so that you can search on it, you can do it. And as I build up the videos and the blogs and all that, I will share all the resources that I use. We're so inundated with information that I believe that in the chaos of your life, you can get one thing and make it better. So these
mhm,
videos are made to go to bring light into something and hang on to that and incorporate it into your world. What I envision is people being empowered and not discouraged.
yes,
Sometimes we get something and it's thrown at us at a lump sum. And then we like, but I got to do this and I have life. My hope and goal is to allow you to live life and just get, if you only see one video and never come back, I want it to be a minute and a half that you get something and feel better about yourself and go like, oh, I'm not alone. But if you follow, like, and subscribe, you are starting this wonderful journey with me at the beginning. So yes, I encourage people to find the videos at ROMP Coaching. ROMP stands for Result Oriented Mindset People Coaching. And that was a name I came up with like 6 years ago. So you see
Wow.
how things
Yes.
get together. And success coaching always got me. I didn't know business coaching, all that. Success coaching is what I do, and the future self embodies that. Like, so I think it all comes together. But leave me a note, let me know that you're there. Anything you need, want, I will be. That is the place that you can find me. But I have 100 videos in my mind and I already have 124 scripts. That's just the explainer. This is only a third of the future self program.
Hmm.
And so it's the nuggets in the elementary school that you do with series one, series two, series three. I envision having a program where you put it all together. You've had time
Beautiful.
to build the skills, do the stuff, and at any point, you're empowered to take the nugget and run with it. So it's not,
Yes.
the program is not made to keep you guessing or keep you hooked for any other reason. It empowers you to get what you need out of it at any level you uh, want, and go out there and make the world better. That's
Wonderful.
it.
Thank you for sharing that. I saw some of your videos and it's very exciting to watch your videos, and it is empowering. It's like, oh my goodness, I didn't think about it that way. And now I can apply that. So I will also make sure to post your YouTube channel link and your website as well in the description of this episode. And also, we are recording this now, so it might be posted later on when you are already a little more ahead of your 17
Awesome.
videos or even in the midst of your 100. So thank you very much for taking the time to be with me today, Jowanna.
And if I could just lastly say thank you so much. You're so inspiring. Like when I
Mm.
do, I follow your account. I feel like we're on a parallel journey together. And thank you. You don't know how inspiring that is, because the videos, like even last night's, like when it like for some reason it rendered and the timing was off. And then I was like, I just think of the things that you're doing. I'm like, and I remember done not perfect. Like it is like, get it,
Exactly.
the message is there. So I thank you for taking the time. I'm so humbled that you sought me out. And thank you so much for just meeting me where I'm at. And it was a
Absolutely.
pleasure talking to you today, Francesca.
Thank you, dear. It goes both ways. And that's what it's all about out there. If you're listening, share that inner light of yours and do take care of yourself, mind, body, spirit. Whatever you hear in this episode, hopefully it can help you. Any of my episodes, any of the videos you will see. And remember to breathe, smile, and do something to soothe yourself today.